I hear from employers across the country, it's really tough to get skilled people to fill the jobs in Canada. We don't have enough of them. Smokey Thomas is the head of OPSEU. He represents a lot of skilled people and some unskilled people, but you do that fairly. You join me now. Let's talk about that. Why, with all the educational institutions we have, do we have a shortage of skilled people?
Well, somewhere along the way, I think the administrations of colleges in particular lost their way. They need to get back into training the trades. So
instead of poetry?
Beg your pardon?
Instead of poetry?
Yes. Well, no, that's all important too, right? And they train healthcare workers and stuff. But there is a shortage of somewhere between 60 and 100,000. There's vacant, blue-collar jobs in the trades, and they're good jobs, and and they pay well, and by and large they're unionized.
Yes.
So you're going to get benefits and a pension. You're going to pay in. But so the premier in his economic recovery, I think he needs to say to the colleges and the universities, you're going to ramp up training here because there's skill shortages in professions too, as well as nuclear techs, lab techs, everything else. So they got to get back into that in a very big way, just like they're doing with PSW.
Well,
right?
Smokey, where have the experts been? Because I know I was talking to an HVAC fellow the other day. He said the community colleges used to give us all kinds of people who were trained. He said they no longer offer the courses. So where are these experts who are running these places?
Well, they've left, or they've been laid off out of the colleges. So so welders, you know what I mean? And the colleges employ mostly part-time faculty. So if you want to run 100 welders through a college in a year, right? Then you need to have somebody working full-time that was a welder that knows how to teach and teach. If you want to,
and that's not happening.
Not in the scale that's required.
I want you to know that aside from a law degree, I have my welding degree. I got it from George Brown.
Yeah.
The reason I did that is because someday you might shoot all the lawyers by going to say I'm a welder.
Yeah. So the premier talks about the economic recovery. The finance minister talks about growing the economy. Well, you need to get all these trades jobs filled. You can't rely on immigration. I've done work with the Boilermakers out of Alberta. They're allowed to bring in one immigrant for every full-time student because they can't get people to go in, and Boilermakers make fantastic money. And
most trades do.
Yes,
and they're in demand.
Well, I think they need to go back, and I talked to quite a few students, in colleges and universities and some high schools, and I say, think about the trades as an option. Like, think about the trades as an option, especially for young women. I mean, women are making more and more of their mark getting into the trades. You got people like Mike Holmes, Holmes on Home, promoting young people and women in the trades, and I think that's wonderful. And most unions that represent the building trades really encourage that, right? So, but they need partners in the colleges and universities to up that training so we can fill all those jobs.
Smokey Thomas, I hope the government pays attention to you. You have a strong voice. 3 minutes. In these days of big government and reduced liberties and big spending and paid media, it's even more important that we have independent voices such as this, people coming on talking about the issues. At the very start of this production, we had some very generous donors. That's run out. I don't get paid. I want to put the message out there. However, the equipment, the crew does cost money. So if you want to help us keep on going with this thing, you can please send a donation. The address is below. Or if you want to sponsor this and have your name across, also contact us because we want to keep going and have an independent voice. Thanks.